Hello, my name is Ibukun Imabangabasi Ajay, and this is my story. I was born with sickle cell anemia, and growing up as a child with sickle cell was no funny ride. I was always sick, almost all of the time. I remember in school, I used to miss a lot of classes. In primary school, I would have to be on admission in the hospital for one thing or the other. And then sometimes I would have to write my exams when others are on holiday. I remember this Christmas holiday, my cousin used to walk me down to school to write my exams because I had missed exam period. I was in hospital, and that continued for as long as I can remember. I knew my doctor's names more than I knew my classmates' names or even my teachers' names, if you can believe that. And I got into secondary school. I think at some point in 2004, I stopped falling ill. I was on something called Sickle. At the time when it came out newly, it was good and it was working. I wasn't having a lot of crises and I was steady. But in 2008, I had my biggest crisis of all. I developed something called leg ulcers. A leg ulcer is a sore, a wound, and mine developed on my right leg, on the left and right side of the ankle of my right leg. They were about 10 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide. Two sores, and they were big. It started like a small wound. If I started as a swelling, it was swelling, and then I took it to the clinic. They gave me some medication, the swelling came down, and then a wound appeared on one side. And after a while, another wound appeared on the other side, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger, and that was it. I was in SS2 at the time, and you know, this is the period where you're a senior, you're supposed to be a big girl and wear skirts and show off and stuff, hot legs and all, but I couldn't. I had to wear sandals. At the time, they used to dress the wounds in the morning, so I'd go late to school because I had to go to the hospital to dress the leg. And then after a while, they changed the treatment time to evening period. So I'd go in the evening after school, and the nurses then, they didn't like to dress it. They hated dressing wounds, so anytime I go there, I'd have to wait. They'll keep me waiting till about 7. And in my area, they close the gate at 7 o'clock. So at the time I'm getting home on a bike, I had to walk from my gate to my house, and it was very painful. I had these ulcers through secondary school. I wrote JAM, I wrote WAEC. I got into a private university. Now in private university, it's one of all these Christian schools. It was on campground, there was dust and everything. And because the way they were treating the wounds were open, so they got infected. It used to drip a lot of water. It used to smell badly. I remember one time I had to do an assignment. So I got into the cyber cafe in school to print my assignments, and everybody ran out. And somebody said, "What's smelling like a dead body here?" And I knew it was me. And I was just like, my God, I'm alive, I'm not rotten, I'm not dead, and yet I'm smelling like a dead person. It was terrible. And then because of the smell, my roommates, my classmates, they had started complaining to school authorities, so I had to leave school. School called my mom behind my back, and they asked me to go, that if it doesn't heal, I shouldn't come back. So I left, and I had my first surgery in 2009, December. I was in hospital for 3 months, and after the first surgery, everything seemed okay, but then the first surgery broke down. I went back to the hospital. I started another drama with hospital admissions. From there, I had to move to another hospital, Ibukun, because the private hospital wasn't working for me. I had my second surgery in 2012, and it was just a lot. Before my second surgery, I was already depressed. I was suicidal. I had tried to kill myself, basically, and my family got involved. Everyone was like, okay, let's try this surgery thing again. Let's go abroad. Let's see. So I went to the US. I had the second surgery. I came back. In less than 3 months, it broke down. Because I was in Unilag at the time. I was writing my final exams, and it was bad. In fact, at this point, I was crawling, I was limping, I was hopping. The leg was so painful. I couldn't walk with it. Sometimes I'll take painkillers and nothing out. In fact, I started to drink alcohol at the time because that was the only thing that would just knock me out. painkillers weren't working. In fact, nothing was working. Basically, I would crawl around my house if I needed to use the restroom. I remember at the time I was on bed for 3 months straight. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go to school. But I graduated from Unilag, and I served. And in 2016, I had my 3rd surgery. And so far, everything it's been getting better. I've been through a lot of pain. I've had 3 surgeries in my lifetime. I have smelled. I have been treated like a leper. I have been suicidal. I've been depressed. I've been through it all. But one thing that God gave me, which I've always had, is resilience. I've always been resilient. I'm not the one to give up. Because I always think to myself, okay, so you die and you suffer here and then you go to hellfire and then you continue suffering. Okay, makes no sense. So I was always trying to, hold on, just trying to take it one step at a time, one day at a time. And I just thank God for His grace and His mercies, and I'm still here, and my life is a testimony. And I just want to use my story to encourage you out there, whatever it is that you're going through, however messy, however terrible your life may look like right now, however people may be treating you because of one condition or the other, it's not the end of the world, someday it will all come to an end. The long nights will come to an end. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Trust me, I heard all these things that 8 years wilderness journey and I never believed that my time will come and my healing will come, but it did. And I'm better, much better today. And I just want to encourage you that it will get better, definitely, and your life will be a testimony. I said to myself the other day, I said, for you to continue to be an inspiration, you have to have things happen to you that inspire other people. So whatever it is you're going through right now, it's a test. It's a process. You are a diamond in the rough. When you come out, you'll be much, much better than you went in. So I hope my story has been able to impact on you and you just picked up something, picked up strength, pick up yourself and continue to fight for another day. Thank you.